G Funky Boxing is back. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Little change of plans tonight, being joined by my co-host of the evening, Joseph Heron from Warwick Radio. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing great now that we're getting ready to interview the incomparable Ruben Villa.
There it is. Let's give the man a hand. Ruben, thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course, man. You're one of the best fighters in California right now, man, if not the best, in my opinion. So yes, let's get into business. First and foremost, okay? We're 9 days out, April 13th in Corpus Christi, Texas. My man, Ruben Villa, will be fighting on Top Rank. So Ruben, this is your second time fighting there, right? Your last fight was in the same venue?
Yep. Yeah, last time was it.
Yeah, and you had a really, really good fight in that one. And I saw you in Stockton, man, in your first fight of this deal here with Top Rank. And yeah, we were talking a little bit behind the scenes before we went live, and you have some of the most impressive footwork, man, in boxing right now. But to see it up close and personal like that, when I did in last May, dude, I mean, it's like you're in there just sliding all around, and it was just a thing of beauty, man. You it was a joy to watch, man.
Looks like you're skating on the canvas, rather.
I feel like I am.
Hey, you put a beating on that guy, and that was probably the performance of the night, man. I know Gabe Flores, who is from Stockton, had a big following there as well, and he got a first round KO. But you just picked apart that guy, man, and I mean, you just made it look so easy, so effortless in some moments of that fight. The footwork drills you do must be crazy, man. What is it that you do to get that kind of footwork, man?
Just a lot of ladder drills, a lot of explosive drills, just stuff to get my legs moving and you know, get them moving and get them ready to punch again. So that's always the main objective.
Yeah, dude, and you do that very, very well. So this fight here against Chacon is his last name, is for a WBC silver title in the featherweight division. I was looking at the rankings. My co-host and I were looking at the rankings just before you came on, and you are number 2, just behind Nick Ball in the WBC, who Nick Ball just fought Ray Vargas. It's sounding like Ball is going to get another assignment. Doesn't sound like it's going to be a rematch.
Yep.
So with this fight here, man, there's a lot on the line. Not just the belt, but
Ray Vargas.
You could get that shot at Ray Vargas at least this year, man. Do you think that's going to happen?
Yeah, that's the plan. The main objective is always to look good for every fight and dominate in a good fashion. So as far as right now, I'm just focused on my next opponent. If the Ray Vargas fight comes, I'll be ready. But until then, I'm ready for April 13th.
Well, this says it all, right? If they're putting you on the same card in Corpus, and once again, Texas is such a huge fight state with a rabid Mexicano audience, and they're putting you on the same card as Jared Anderson, Effie Ajagba, Abdullah Mason, Robson Conceição. Yeah, that's very good company to be in, sir. So are you ready to take up this mantle?
Yeah, I've been training here in Riverside for a month already. Every fight, like I said, I want to be better and outperform. No offense to the rest of the guys. It's a lot of great guys on this card, so I got a big task ahead of me, and I plan on outperforming like I always do.
Oh, my goodness. Now, once again, that's very great company, and you're looking to outperform those guys.
Yep.
Nah, that's a great mindset, G-Funky. Yes, he's going to try to steal the show. That's for sure, man. And like I said, watching this guy in person, again, it's one thing to see it on TV, right? Because we got the great camera angles and all that type of stuff. But to see it with your own two eyes that close, it truly is a joy to watch, man, for a hardcore fan like myself, you know. Yeah. And yeah, you definitely always have an opportunity to steal the show, man, because you definitely put some work on these guys in the ring, man.
Hear that a lot, where it's more action packed in person than on TV.
Yeah, it sure is, man. And it looks a lot different too, man. I'm telling you, like I'll score fights while I'm there, press row. I get home and I'll watch it on TV, and I'm like, man, it looks different. I
Yeah.
mean, I still think the guy won, but it just looks different, you know.
Rookie.
So so make sure you guys get your tickets. All right, those of you that are listening that are in the South Texas area, get those tickets, man. Get out there and see Ruben Villa. My co-host Joe he's been doing a lot of work in South Texas for many years, man, and I know they're going to show up, right, Joe?
Oh, indeed. I can't wait to see the budding for future champion at work. Now, let me ask you something, Ruben. Now, once again, a lot of people they try to visualize things, try to manifest it to become reality. Have you thought about what it's going to feel like to hear these magic words? And the new. Have you pictured that in your soul?
Ever since I was a little kid, I've been boxing since 5 years. That's every fighter's dream is to hear those words, and that's all I'm after. And I'm not satisfied until I get to what I want to get.
Now, what's
Yeah.
amazing is you're being trained right now with, in my opinion, um, probably the most underrated tandem in boxing. Can you talk about your current trainers and what that means to you and how they've how you've grown under their tutelage?
Yeah, I'm with the Garcia family, Max, Sam, Kathy Garcia, who learned from Don Familton. Old school boxing, just genius, pretty much, and hit and not get hit, and just dominate your opponent every round, win every round. And I got with them. Well, I think that was my fifth fight, and they just literally changed my whole perspective on boxing. My feet now are just crazy. Like I don't know where I would be boxing wise if I didn't get with these people. And it's funny because they're from Salinas, and I know them since I was a little kid. Like I said, I will always see them. They had Eloy Perez, Chewy, Jose.
Yep.
So I'd always be around them and see them and spar at their gym. And I don't know. We finally ended up when I was 4-0, and they came to see me fight, and it wasn't one of my best performances. And um, they ended up taking me to Big Bear with them without asking for anything. I was up there with them for a month. I got to see Triple G go in training camp. I don't remember which fight. I think it was the Jacobs fight. But yeah, they took me in with open arms, and the chemistry was there, and we just decided to link up, and it's just been nothing but good things to say about them since then.
Yeah. So here's the key word when you're talking about the Garcias, the great people.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the key word: family.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really feel like you're a part of the family when you're working with these fine people?
For sure, we're with each other every day. We live with each other whenever we're in training camp. We go to each other's family parties. I could just walk in their house. They could just walk in mine, and literally a family. I like I said, I see them every day like a family. After every fight, we celebrate it as a team, as a family, and it's just my family's theirs and their family's mine. So it's literally just a big family, a big boxing family.
So do you feel like I'm looking at your resume right now, and it's time? Do you feel like this is going to be your breakout moment in this, well, stacked fight card on the 13th?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been training for it since I was a little kid, and every moment is very important. When I first signed with Top Rank, my first fight was back in, it was very important for me to perform, and then my last fight was also an action packed fight in Corpus Christi, and I always want to make the big dogs at Top Rank proud and let them see, what what they really signed me up for, and I want to be a world champion, and I will be a world champion.
Now, how long have you been with Top Rank now?
So last May, I signed a 3-fight deal with them, and now I'm fighting for the silver bout, and they just extended me another year, so I'll be with them for another year.
There it
And
is.
so for um have you seen people fall off the roster since you've been there?
I mean, yeah, I have, but I'm really just focused on myself. Um, like I said, I'm always just dedicated in the gym. I'm always just really just stay in my own lane, and don't really like to gossip or know who's doing what, or I don't know. I'm just really to myself. Me and
Of
my
course not. I guess my question is, a better question would be, have you been in the Top Rank offices and have you seen their board with all of the names there?
yeah. There's so many champions. I went in that new office. It was a beautiful office. They had like a little room of like discs of fights, VHS fights. It's just a beautiful little room. And now that I'm signed with them, I hope that my world title victory will be in there one day.
There it is.
Indeed,
There it
indeed,
is.
man. And you said, Joe, you said it. The card is stacked next
Yep.
Saturday night in Corpus Christi on Top Rank ESPN. Make sure you guys tune into that. But also, your division, Ruben, 126 featherweight is a stacked division as well,
Woo!
man. A lot of names there, a lot of movement
Talented.
is happening. So I was talking a little bit with your manager, and maybe Joe can chime in on this as well because he's been in the business a long time. But we're looking at the rankings, and again, you're number 2 in the WBC. And when you first went to Top Rank, I was thinking, okay, Luis Alberto Lopez, a guy who you've already fought and beat, is now a champion in that division. He's fighting with Top Rank, and I was thinking that was going to be the fastest route for you to possibly get a world title shot. Yet somehow, some way, you're ranked all the way number 10 in that sanctioning body, and they got the guy who
Boo!
he just beat
Yeah,
way ahead of you. Like I don't understand how these rankings work, man. It's to me, it's weird, man. I don't know how you could be number 2 in one and then number 10 in another. It's just crazy, man.
yeah. I don't really understand it either. But my job is to fight, and the politics and all that is a whole nother conversation. That I
Yep.
manager, I let Kathy, I let Sam deal with that. I just I have to do the hardest part, which is fight. So they got to do their hardest part, which was get me to the top 5, top whatever it is. And like you said, like I beat the champion, and I'm asking for a rematch. Like that doesn't really make sense. After last fight, I asked for him, I called him out, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he's interested. But it'll time will come, and it'll be a good thing for me just to just keep fighting and keep learning. And every fight I'm getting better, I'm getting more confident, and yeah, I'm ready for whatever.
So
Yeah.
do you view the fact that they don't seem to be very interested in a rematch? Do you view that as a positive? Because you should. Why
Yeah,
do you so voice it? Why do you think they're not interested in a rematch, sir?
because they don't want to fight me.
And there it is.
It's a risk. You're a risk, that's for sure, Ben.
Yeah,
Well, again, like I said, we saw you beat him already. Now, some might
Indeed.
argue, well, he's improved since then, blah blah blah. But I mean, I know even last time you came here about a year ago, because I interviewed you just before that May card in Stockton, and I asked you about him, and you were like, I'm ready to go right now. Let's do it.
it was a good fight. It's not like I blew him out. I probably had eight out of the 10 rounds, but it was a action packed. It was a good fight. I learned a lot from that fight. I feel like he was the first professional to like bring the dog out of me, and that was like I said, it was a good fight. I learned a lot, and hell yeah, I would do it again. It was fun, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's
and he's
funny. Here are some names in that division that are signed to Top Rank: Shushu Carrington, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Dogbe,
Mm-hmm.
Joet Gonzalez. Oh boy. Yeah.
Lopez himself.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lopez. And then you've got Robisi Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
You've got
and
Rafael
Espinoza.
Espinoza.
Yeah.
Yes. So were you keeping tabs on that Espinoza Robisi Ramirez fight? And
Yeah,
what were you thinking of that? And how do you feel about the rematch?
that's gonna be a good fight. No one expected Robisi to lose, but shit, I mean, you name all these other great fighters. This packed. This 126 division with Top Rank is packed, and there could be so many good fights. It's just the time and the place for them. Like I said, there's politics behind boxing. It's a chess match pretty much. So it's just eventually all of us are gonna have to meet up with each other to get those bouts.
I agree, man. And look, you're right there, WBC number 2. This fight coming up next Saturday night against Chacon is going to be for the WBC silver, which is going to put you right there in line to get the shot at Ray Vargas. Now, Vargas had a fight was it late last year, Joe? When was that fight with Nick Ball? Was that on the Day of Reckoning pay-per-view, or was it
No, it was the last one they had.
Okay, yeah, it was recent. I know that. But Vargas was looking like he was boxing well, and then all of a sudden Nick Ball turns it on late. What was your opinion of that fight, Ruben?
I didn't get to see that, but I did hear a lot of commotion about it. Like you said, Vargas outboxed him the first 6 rounds, and then just I think he got dropped or something.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. Like I said, I just stick to my lane and focus on myself. When any name that comes in front of me, that's who I'm focused on. But I do have to pay attention to the rest of the division. And like I said, I heard about the fight. I don't know. I think it'd be stylistically, it'd be a good fight between me and Vargas.
Let me ask you something, Ruben. What do you think? And once again, the American market in boxing right now isn't nearly as healthy as it should be, because we have so much talent in the American market, and it's just not getting that kind of platform, that grandstand. What separates you from all of the other talent in the American market in boxing?
I feel like my feet separate me, my amateur background. I have had a very good amateur background. I fought for a world title and I lost, unfortunately, to Navarrete, who's a great fighter. You see what he's doing now, and it's not like I got my ass kicked. I mean, I did get dropped, but I don't feel like I got my ass kicked. I got up off the canvas and I started outboxing him and making him miss a lot. And I feel like I learned a lot from that fight, and I feel like just that experience is gonna kind of just set me different compared to the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I agree, man. The footwork is phenomenal. Like I said, I got a chance to see it in person. It's something else, man. Yeah, it seems like with the guys that are in your division that are on your quote unquote side of the street, a lot of fans like to say that stuff. But it seems like Lopez was very interested in Oscar Valdez last Friday. He might possibly move up to try to fight him. Who knows what's going to happen with that? But as far as the near future, and again, you just mentioned how you just got extended with Top Rank. Do you see yourself moving up to 130 anytime soon, or are you still very comfortable with 126?
I can make easy.
What's that?
I can make 126 easy. I was 129 yesterday, so I'm always in the
Woo!
I'm always active. I'm always working out. I'm literally, this boxing is the only thing I do. I go to the gym, I go home, I go back to the gym, because me and Tan open a gym in Salinas, on the South Main of Salinas. So it's literally my life, my career. If I'm not training, I'm helping. I'm running the gym. I'm training other people. So it's just literally, I can't get away from boxing.
So it looks like, well, once again, I'm familiar with Christian Chacon, right? This guy's a bully. He's going to try and take your lunch money. Mm-hmm. There's going to be moments in this fight where you're going to have to get his respect. Do you feel like you've got that kind of, do you think that's one of the more understated aspects of your repertoire? Now, do you feel like you've got a lot more wallop than most people give you credit for?
Yeah, for sure. I do. Getting punched in the face with the 8-ounce gloves never feels good. No matter how hard you hit or how fast you are, it doesn't feel good. After nonstop, my jab's in your face, my feet are always moving. You're just gonna be like, shit, man, I don't want to get hit no more. And that's when I turn it on and I start putting a little bit more pressure. I feel like that's a big thing I learned off the Navarrete fight. I was boxing him good, but I wasn't able to put more pressure. And my last 2 fights, my last 3 fights, I felt like I put a lot more pressure. It's more action packed. The last 2 out of my 3 fights were knockouts, so I'm starting to put it together and learn my professional my style is starting to be put together now.
So when you look at that Navarrete fight, and then you look at what he's done in his career since then? Has that given you confidence? Because that's a quasi victory that keeps getting better and better with age.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, you see what he did to Oscar Valdez. A lot of the champions, what he's doing is just honestly amazing, and it does give confidence. But it is a little thorn in my
Yeah.
my yeah, it's still a
It's
thorn.
that pride, boy.
That's that competitiveness that I love
I
about
love it. I
professional
absolutely love it.
sports, man. Because I love how you brought that up, man. Like I still need to get that thing back, right? Like that's how you feeling, right?
Sir.
I love it.
That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
That's like right out of the book of the Trainer of Champions, Emmanuel Stewart, because he was Mr. Rematch. Well, I tell
Mm-hmm.
you what, if you better get that loss back, or else it's not going to look good from this point moving forward.
Yep,
He
exactly.
always felt strongly about that, and that was Emmanuel Stewart. He was, he loved taking on all just the best fighters, getting the biggest challenges. He always thought that built character with his fighters. Do you feel the same way? And do you feel that this era of prize fighters doesn't share that sentiment?
Yeah, I do agree with that. How it shares your characteristics and your pride. And I do feel like the sport is lacking that. But at the same time, it is we are in a different era. It's not the same. Like he said, the American market of boxing is just it's just different. It just shifted differently, and it's a little bit more about like your followers and just kind of the wrong things not the wrong, but just the different reasons as people are fighting for. There's YouTubers now, so
Oh
it's
boy.
totally
Yeah.
Yep.
it's
So
totally different.
so Ruben, who inspired you to lace up the gloves?
Yeah, so I started boxing when I was 5. So a lot of the Mexicans were running boxing back in the early 2000s. My dad and my grandpa were big boxing fans of Juan Manuel Marquez,
Mm.
Morales, Barrera, just
Mm.
guys like that who are, they're really crafty.
Fearless.
Yeah, exactly, crafty and
Woo!
the of a champion. It shows them, people want to see that. So if I lose, that's how I'm going out. I'm going out on my shield, and I'm gonna put on a good fight. You're not gonna beat me easily.
And
Yeah,
there
and
it
we
is.
saw that. We saw that in the loss to Navarrete. Like you said, you went down early in that fight too, got up, and I mean, me personally, I scored that fight 6 rounds apiece for both of you. But again, the extra points for the knockdown. But yeah, dude, you showed heart. You showed that, yeah, man. I get down, but guess what? I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna come back. And that's what we love about fighters, man. That's what we all love about fighters is that they don't give up. Sometimes they do, but but not with this kid here, man. But you talked about your amateur experience, and Joe just asked you about when you first started. So you started when you were 5, but um talk a little bit about the importance of the amateur system, because in a lot of people's opinions, that's where fighters, they learn this craft through the amateur rankings. Talk about the importance of that, Ruben.
Yeah, it's really important. Like I said, I started at 5, and you're not able to start until, or at least get your first fight until you're 8. So I had a 3-year gap of just sparring, learning, punching, and just kind of just getting the feel for it. And over a hundred amateur fights, I feel like you really start to get your experience, your knowledge, and and you just see a lot of different styles. I was able to get some big wins over some big guys. I was able to fight internationally for a tournament, and I just feel like if I didn't get those experiences, I would probably haven't have went pro. At the age of like 15, 16, I started winning these big tournaments, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this for a living, and as a career. So that's what I did.
Yeah, man, that's great stuff there. And you've fought a lot of names in the amateurs, and you beat a lot of names in the amateurs that are in the current boxing world right now. Um, So yeah, guys, we have right here we got Ruben Villa. He's fighting. He's number 2 in the WBC rankings at featherweight. He's going to be fighting for the silver belt next Saturday on ESPN. Make sure you guys tune in. We're just gonna keep him here for a few more minutes
Two for the
because
price
we are
of one.
yes, we are 9 days out, man. And Ruben was gracious
wait.
enough to come on and talk with us. So who's in camp with you right now? Is anybody who you're sparring with? Anybody out there that the fans would be interested in?
Robert has just a lot of up and coming prospects who are, it's different now. I feel like I'm starting to becoming the not the old guy, but like the prospects are coming after me now. So
right on.
Yeah, trying to make a name for themselves. But they got this young guy named Albert Chop Chop Gonzalez. He's fighting
Okay.
weekend on that Mexico City card. I'm not too sure, but just up and coming prospects he has, and it's been a lot of great work out here. This is probably like my 5th or 6th camp here. My last 2 camps we did in Vegas at the Top Rank gym, but this camp we wanted to push myself and get that real Mexican classic boxing like my opponent. So we had to come to Roberts and been out here for a month already.
Oh, I tell you what, iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
So what has it been like challenging his stable?
It's been hard, man. It's been a hard camp. Some days I'm getting my ass kicked too, and it's not a good. The next day, it makes you motivate you like, nah, not today. I'm getting you today, and it just really pushes you and motivates you to do better. And the thing about out here is they blast the heaters.
Yeah.
They blast the heaters, but it's just really mentally draining and physically draining, and you got to pull a little bit more out of you. So it's just I'm ready for this fight. I can't say much. I'm just ready, and I can't wait to fight and show you guys.
For most champions, right? They always insist that they're brimming with confidence, and they believe that no one in their division could whoop their ass.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the kind of confidence you're carrying in to the American Bank Center?
Every fight, I feel like that. I'm just oozing with confidence. I really just can't wait to go out and perform and just show people what I'm made of. I feel like the first half of my career I was kind of slept on and just kind of pushed to the side, and it's really, I wouldn't say it bugged me, but it just motivates me to go out there and kick some ass and show them who I am.
Yeah, man.
So it's funny. My last question, because I do have to skate, but Ruben, first of all, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat with you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you work on the 13th. But do you believe, like, it's funny, you look like a family, a boxing family like the Benavidez is, right? Those guys always carry around a chip on their shoulder, and they always look at their opponents as their enemy, and they always feel like they always try to paint this picture like everyone is against them. You don't seem to have that problem, do you? Do you think that's a product of being around the Garcias?
I feel like it can be, but I do feel like I have that chip still where like I said, the first half of my career, I was kind of just pushed to the side. So, when I'm sparring and I'm doing good, I remember that, or I just get a little memory of something where I want to put more pain in my opponent or dominate more and just, go above and beyond so that when I'm training, I go extra hard so that when I fight, it's extra easy. So I'm excited. I'm excited to perform again in Corpus Christi, and I have a lot of family out there already too. So I feel like everywhere I go, I bring a good amount of people and crowd. And like you said, that card is stacked. So I know my job isn't going to be easy.
It's time to shine, young man.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to shine, the 13th. But G Funky, Ruben Villa. Tell you what, I'm going to have to bid you guys an excellent evening. And Ruben, best of luck, my friend. I'll be praying for you as well as the Garcias. You're in good hands. You're going to do great, and you're going to steal the show, my friend.
Sounds good. Thank you. Nice talking to you, bro.
God bless you, brother.
Thanks, Joe. And I'm just going to stay on a few more minutes. Like I said, my man is 9 days out from the fight. So we don't want to keep him too long.
Woo! Learn to love it, boys. God bless you guys. I'll see you there, brother.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Joe. And like I said, I don't want to keep the man too long. Rest is a big part of training camp, man. That's when you recover. So I want to give my man his rest, but I do want to thank you for coming on. Now I just want to ask you a few quick things here just for fun, man, because we got some big fights coming up here um, in the next month or so. So right after the week after your fight on the 13th, we have a fight from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, between Devin the Dream Haney and King Ryan Garcia. And again, these are just for fun stuff. But your prediction, man, who do you see winning that one and why?
Dang, I really don't know. Just because of all the stuff going on, like as far as like them promoting the fight,
It's weird, yeah.
it's a really weird thing. So I can't even say who I think's gonna win. Um, I would say Devin Haney should outbox him. I don't know if he'll knock him out, but like I said, it's just a weird build up of the fight. So I don't know what they're doing in training camp. You know, I don't know who they're sparring. I don't know none of this, so I can't really say too much on it.
Okay. We got the biggest name in boxing coming back May 4th against Jaime Munguia, which I think is going to be a really big fight. I think Munguia's got a lot of fans in the southwestern part of this country and in Mexico as well. Canelo getting up there in age a little bit. Some people might think he's leaking a little oil from the engine. But how do you see that, Ruben?
I think Canelo should beat him with his experience. I feel like Jaime Munguia is really good and he's really young and hungry, but I feel like he's gonna be there for Canelo to hit him pretty much and catch him with his reflexes, how fast and how sharp he is. The age is I guess it is something, but I don't know. I think Canelo's still hungry to prove himself.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think that Canelo's going to pull that one out. But look, Munguia's young. He's big, throws a lot of punches. And again, Canelo's been in this game a long time. We're talking, I think, 16 years now or so. He's been a professional. A lot of fights he's had. So
Yeah.
we'll see, man. We'll see how he does. But I'm right there with you, Ruben. I think he's going to win that one.
Right though, I think Jaime Munguia will give him a good 5 or 6 rounds, and then we'll see how Canelo breaks him down after that.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It's going to be fun while it lasts. That's for sure. Another one at heavyweight. We have undisputed on the line for the first time in many years at heavyweight. But Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. Usyk, like yourself, a southpaw, good footwork. How do you see that one going, Ruben?
Dang, I love both guys. I'm a huge Tyson Fury fan. I'm a huge Usyk fan. Like you said, he's a lefty. His feet work. It's hard to say because I don't know if he's gonna be too small for Tyson Fury and just outbox him, or is he gonna be a Tyson Fury where he pulls out a great performance like he did against Wilder, like he did against the Klitschko. I don't know. It's really close to each other. I'm not sure who to pick though.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. And this is my last one. I agree with you. It's a tough fight. I think Fury's going to pull it out. I think the size and the height, he really knows how to use his weight too on guys. Bullies them around. So that's why I'm favoring Fury in that fight. But my last question to you about other fighters and other things like that, other big news in boxing. There's a lot of rumblings back and forth now between the Canelo and David Benavidez camp. I personally think the fight's going to happen in September. A lot of people doubt it, but in a hypothetical world, if that fight was to happen, what do you think happens in that fight, Ruben?
Damn, the monster is a monster, bro. And it's not like Canelo's invincible. We saw him lose to Bivol, and it wasn't a long time ago either. Bivol's a great fighter. That's a good fight too. Bivol and the monster
Oh yeah,
fight, but Canelo versus Benavidez. Shit, I might have to take Benavidez, bro.
whoo man,
Hard to say,
woo.
I might have to take Benavidez.
It's a tough fight for Canelo, I think, man. A lot tougher than most people think. Yeah, Benavidez is really starting to show new wrinkles in his game. I felt like he handled Demetrius Andrade with relative ease, being a southpaw, tricky, awkward southpaw that he is. Went in there and got him out of there. So that was impressive, man. And then he beat Plant earlier or last year, I should say. So yeah, he's improving, man, little by little each fight, and that's what you want to see in these fighters. And same goes with you, young gun. Every time I see you, man, you're out there looking better, and it's a tribute to the hard work that you and your team put in, man. So any last words you want to say before I let you go, brother?
I'm fighting April 13th in Corpus Christi on ESPN Plus. It's a stacked card, a lot of great fighters, and I got a big task ahead of me, and I just plan on performing the best as I always do, and catch it.
That's it, man. Make sure you catch my guy Ruben Villa on ESPN Plus next Saturday, April 13th, live from Corpus Christi. And yeah, man, maybe one of these days I'll send you some tickets to one of our shows, man. I'm working with a promoter here in Sacramento. So yeah, if you guys are free, come on up, man. We'd love to have you come and watch our show, man.
Sure, bro. Hell yeah.
Sounds good, brother. Well, once again, man, thanks for coming on. And we appreciate your time and good luck next Saturday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's give him a hand on the way out. Ruben Villa, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up here. I want to thank my co-host, Joseph Heron, for joining us as well. And, of course, our guest, Ruben Villa. Don't forget to watch him ESPN Plus next Saturday, April 13th, live from Corpus Christi. All right? And hit the like button before I shut this thing down. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next time, this is G Funky Boxing. I'm out.